What's up, guys? I'm Julian. This is L'Apprentice, and welcome to episode numero uno. Silent Patriot, kind of what we're going with right now. We're probably gonna change that up. We'll see. But um, just two dudes, veterans, military, that we want to talk to you guys and bring to you guys some content, or just talk to you guys about what it's like what life is like after the military. You're more than your service. But anyways, before we get into all of that, let's talk about what this show isn't about. Politics. We might make fun of people, but that's about it. We ain't gonna go into politics. We don't really care. And honestly, if you want to watch politics, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, go to that. Right, and it's on pretty much 24 hours, so go do that. Sports, no comment on it, right? But whatever. Tom Brady's the GOAT. I don't believe that, but whatever.
No, he is though.
He is. The dude's like what, 40 and change? That's how much I know about him. He's like 40 and change, 7 Super Bowl rings. Like, the dude's a freaking beast. Yeah. Politics, sports. We're not here to talk about, I don't know, models that just, the newest scandal in Hollywood. We don't care. That's not what we're about. We'll comment. We'll probably comment.
I care about some of that. No, I really don't.
We'll probably comment. We'll see. It's just, this is episode numero uno. Who knows where we'll go, right? So, anyways. So
who's this not? Hold on. Who is this for? Like, who's this not for? Let's go into who this is not. This is not for like the whiny, cry, like.
Yeah, like, we don't want people. Listen, this is our opinion, right? This is just me and L'Apprentice here. We're just talking what we think about whatever we decide to talk about, right? If you don't like it, keep scrolling. Doesn't matter, right? And if you do like it, hey man, click that like button, right, and subscribe, because there's going to be plenty of these. Don't really know the schedule yet, but this is number one, so there's got to be a number two. But yeah, so let's just go this way then. So L'Apprentice, what is this channel about? Why are you here?
I am here to serve, right? I mean, I'm in the military. We've already done this. You guys already know, a lot of us, and that sounds, as cheesy as that sounds, it's actually the truth. And here is why. There are a lot of people who are not living their best life and are in a label that kind of puts them in a box, right? Like, so in your head, all that you know is, hey, I am a sailor. I am an Army guy, I am a Marine, and you are so much more than that. And so I feel if we are able to share our experiences and the things that we've been learning, the things that we've been going through, and pass those on to you, and be able to put you in a position to where you can be a leader, which we all are already leaders, but actually pull the leader out of you so you can actually reach the best version of yourself, whatever that may be, whether that's health, whether that is mindset, whether that is spirituality, whatever it entails, we want to pull that out of you so you can become the best version of yourself and achieve the things that you want in life. That's what I feel it is, and I want to be able to share those experiences that I've gained. I'm pretty sure Julian wants to share the experiences that he's acquired to help those who may have been struggling since getting out of the military, or who are maybe yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I got really excited. But really, you make a good point there. You're so much more than you think you are, right? You're like, I'm a Marine. Yeah, I got crayons off in the corner somewhere. Don't worry about that. But when you get out, right, like, you're like, man, I'm an airman, or I'm a sailor, or I'm a soldier. I love how you said Army guy, by the way. That's hilarious. My brother's in the Army, so it's all love. But it's, you get out and you have this, at least I did. I can only speak for myself. I had this notion like, okay, I'm a Marine. Like, what's the worst corporate America is going to give to me, right? Or put put in front of me. I'm mission oriented, just like everybody else in the military, you know, go from point A to point B, get it done. And then you get there, right? And then you're like, corporate America puts up this wall and you're like, oh crap, oh shit. How do I deal with this? I can't yell at that guy because he's HR is going to get in the way. I can't go in, I don't know, I wouldn't say hazing, but I can't go discipline this person behind the shed. You know what I mean? Like I have to do the whole, what do you call it? The whole nice way around, you know? And so for me, that kind of like took me by surprise. Right. And it not only, I was already in a box when I got out, but it cemented that box around me. Right. And so to the point where I was just like, crap, what do I say? Crap, how do I deal with this situation? And like, I literally forgot how to, you know, who I was at the core, which was, I'm a Marine. I can tackle anything. There's just a whole different way of doing things. And the military does such a good job of like indoctrinating you of mission and mission first. Accomplish the mission no matter what. But you know, let's put it this way. I think it's lacking in some ways, right? That like it's 3 days. TAPS is what, 3 days to a week, and there's just certain interactions you just can't have because of the way the world works now. Right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
What? You're good.
Okay.
Apologizing, man. So the main thing, yeah, I agree. TAPS sets you up for certain things, but things don't always go the way that TAPS lays out for us. Like things don't go according to plan. Things happen and things change. And as leaders that we are, whether we're currently serving out, have been out for a little while, or have maybe been out for years, we are leaders. And I feel that we may have lost our way and someone may need help, right? And so I want to be able to help those who have may lost their way or may have questions on what to do, or like I was sharing, just how to become the best version of yourself. That is like my whole thing. It's just being the best version of yourself. So regardless of if you're working a job, if you're having a business, if you're thinking about what to do next or how to go about doing it, we want to provide you with the skills, the tactics, the resources that us military people kind of have already that we may not know about, and kind of help shed some light that can guide you towards the path that you want, and also share some of the things that may not be working so well. Like a lot of us are going through VA right now and trying to get different things done in that way.
That's next episode. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, but I'm saying some of us we're going through these challenges of dealing with these different organizations and different things like that, and just trying to deal with that civilian life and trying to figure out how to make it through these times and what to do to better position ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, you're right. Again, made another good point. We're all leaders, whether we are the brand new PFC or in the Marine Corps, private first class, or you are a staff sergeant or a gunny or 03, whatever, captain, whatever, you know, we're all leaders. And life doesn't always go as planned, especially, you know, whether you get out after 4 or get out after 2025. The world's changed. Like when you're in this bubble, right? And you just, you know, it's easy to just get caught up and live in your bubble, you know, and then when you get out and you're like, well, I don't got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't got to go. I don't have anybody making me go PT. I don't have anybody telling me I got to eat right, you know, or I don't know, I don't have anybody to go counsel anymore because it's just you. You're just regular old Joe, you know. And so, well, at least for me, I can't speak for all of you guys who are watching this, or even you apprentice, like, I turned inward, right? And so because I turned inward, I didn't say I lost a lot of opportunities, but I basically, if it didn't fit into my bubble, I just went, get out of here. Get out of here. You're not going to help me. When in reality, that's what I needed to do, was just, we want to help you step out of the bubble that you could possibly have created for yourself. We want you to we want to help you tap right back into that inner Marine, that inner soldier, that inner airman. That it's why most veterans, or excuse me, a lot of large companies, when they have two qualified people, right, same qualification, but one's a veteran and one's not, they'll go for the veteran 90% of the time, 80% of the time. The problem is that when you go into this bubble, yeah, you might have that qualification as a veteran, but it's really easy to see that you don't have that fire anymore. And that's what we want to help you do. We want to help you, unleash that inner beast, bring it back out, because there's so many good things about it. Yes, there's a lot of negative things like bar fights and all this other crap, but there's so many good things about it. And there's so many things, there's so many possibilities that could come out of it. And it's just, it blows my mind when, granted, I was one of them, when I see somebody who just got out, right? They still have their hair all nice and pretty. They still walk in step, which is really kind of funny.
Step is a good thing, man. It's good. It's good balance. It's good everything.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things I lost, and I never really cared about getting back because my posture is horrible. But there's just, you can tell when somebody just got out, or somebody's just newly in the military. And I guess I don't even know where I was going with this, but basically, is that we want to bring that out of you because you're a leader, right? A lot of small businesses, the veterans have this amazing. What is it? Let me look this up.
In the meantime, I just want to say that was beautiful, man. You put bubbles and bar fights in the same, bubbles is something you think of like a kid, like a 3-year-old. You got bar fights, which is real adult stuff. That's funny.
And for any of you thinking about public speaking, all right, my boy here gave me the best advice before we started this. One of these. And no, I'm not drunk. It's only one or two. I can't even find it anymore because now I'm just, scrolling through. But basically, it's north of 60-70% where veteran-owned businesses are more likely to succeed, even in this pandemic. There is a higher number of veteran businesses that are still afloat versus their civilian counterparts, because we have that leadership in you. That's the thing, is that you get out, you get lazy, you get sloppy, you pack on a few pounds. I did,
rookie. No, so I agree with you 100%. No, I agree with you. A lot of people, we have these things, right? Because one of the biggest things that we're constantly going through is hurry up and waiting. Right? We get to this situation, we get somewhere really quick, and then we have to sit there and wait, right? There's different things that we pick up, whether it is discipline, right? We have resiliency. A lot of us have been through stuff that is stupid, was just completely dumb, irrelevant. Like, why are we doing this type of thing? And we find a way to still get the mission done. And that can transfer over to the stuff that we do in the civilian world. So a lot of people stress and they freak out and they panic, and our stress load is much higher. We can take on more and tolerate more stress and be able to stay cool, calm, and collected while taking on those challenges. That makes us a different breed.
It does. And another good point. Geez, you're just full of good points tonight. So this is perfect. No, that's exactly right. We are a different breed. And the thing of it is that, I don't know how many times I've been at work. Right, I work on a power plant. That's all I'll tell you, because I don't know about you crazy, all you crazy social people on YouTube. I work at a power plant, and I work with a ton of civilians all the time. And you can always tell that they were a civilian. Because God forbid you change the plan. Something, just nothing ever goes according to plan, and then all of a sudden they're freaking out. And all you hear is da 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 da, bitch this, bitch that, bitch. I'm like, dude, like, it's not that big of a deal. Relax. And I'm like, we still get it done. Right? I was like, did it, did you go home an hour late? No. And if you did you get paid overtime? Yeah. What's the problem? You know what I mean? And so and then when you get inundated, when I get inundated with a bunch of stuff, I'm like, okay, all right. And a lot of veterans do this at my work. They just go, list, step 1, da 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 da, step 2, da da da, and they just go on, just keep checking it off. And people are amazed, like, oh my God, I accomplished this, I accomplished that. It's the craziest thing. It's the crazy thing about this whole narrative, and I think this is the whole point of this podcast and why we wanted to get together and do this, is because there's all these organizations out there, right? At least from my point of view, they aren't being utilized properly by veterans, by military personnel, because we have this gumption, or we have this Herculean type of bravado in us that just says, no, I don't need your help. Like, but you do. You're a person. At the end of the day, you are a person, and you're an individual who has needs beyond alcohol, food, and water, and a bed. There's more to you than that. And there's a part of you that's that when you went in, think about, for all those people watching, and even you, L'Apprentice, like, when you went in, you were this type of person as a high school or whatever, however long, whatever you joined, you were this type of person. You probably had, you probably had certain interests. And yes, as you grow older, interests change. But the thing of what my point is when you go into the military, you forget, or at least you stop. A lot of people, including myself, stop doing some of those interests. And it doesn't sound like a big deal, but you lose a piece of you. You know what I mean? And again, that's why we're here. We want to bring that sucker back out, man. If you're gonna claw, kick, and punch us in the face, we're gonna try to help you bring that out.
Yes, exactly. So the reason why we call this, once again, the Silent Patriots, is because maybe you don't want to express, maybe you aren't able to, maybe you don't know that you're missing these things. So what I would say is stick around, because we're going to bring you different resources, show you some of those tools that are out there that maybe you didn't know about. Maybe you weren't aware of because maybe your branch didn't talk about it or didn't even know about it. There's some things that Julian shared with me that I was like, what? That exists? I didn't even know that existed, right? Not saying I know everything, not saying I should know everything, but man, he shared some resources with me, just like his cat in the background. But
hey, that's my emotional cat thing. Yeah, like, yeah, I ain't kicking her off.
So no, you're good, bro. So we're gonna provide some of those resources. We're gonna try to do our best to get them out here to share, so we can help you. And you don't have to say anything. Like, a lot of people are not. Most people feel like they need help or they need direction, but they don't know where to go, where to turn to, and are kind of passive about it, kind of quiet about it. So we're gonna bring out some of those resources. We're gonna bring out some different strategies, some tips. We're gonna do this like every week, every other week.
Yeah, every other week or so, maybe more. But we'll see how this goes. Really, if you guys like it, I hope click subscribe, hit that bell, go ahead and do it. You ain't doing anything. You're here on a Sunday night, so Super Bowl's over. All right, you don't have an excuse. Hit that subscribe button.
So we're gonna try to we're gonna bring those resources in, and we're gonna hit on some points that people may not have been thinking about when it comes to getting out, or just things that they may not have been thinking about overall when it comes to, like I said, your health, your mental, your physical, like all that all that stuff. And we're going to see if we can provide you some resources that can help bring out the best of it.
Correct. Yep. And we want to help. At the end of the day, all my yapping, we want to help. You know, it's crazy to think that 44% of veterans who served in Iraq and Afghanistan, just that's that demographic alone, have found it hard to readjust. It's insane. We're in 2021. We have all these resources. We have computers. We have, Elon Musk is freaking sending another rocket, I think, to Saturn. I don't know. But you know what I mean? We have self-driving cars. And yet our veterans, are struggling. 44%? Like, really? And it goes back to the indoctrination. We want to help you become you, feel like you. And let's get this out of the way. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's going to be very hard. And I know you probably won't like hearing this. It's going to be very hard to find something that will replace that purpose that the military gave you. It's extremely hard. However, we are going to help you. We're going to do our damnness to help you try to replace that, because there's so many things out there that you can do. As a veteran, as somebody, in the military, we have this innate cord that calls us to serve no matter what. And there's so many places to do that, and it's not going to be in your job anymore. It might not be. However, there's plenty of places to do just as much good and and get that sense of purpose back. And it'll start fulfilling you again, because sometimes it's not enough just to say my family is my purpose. No offense, when you're, when at 2:00 in the morning, when your wife's yelling at you because you came home late, or you did something, not really a lot of purpose to be found in that. You know what I mean? Or your kids waking you up at 3:00 in the morning because whatever. So, anyways, I think you got anything?
No, I think you definitely hit the nail on the head there. And yeah, I enjoy serving, regardless of if it's people in the military or out. And so this is just another opportunity for us to be able to give. And it's actually probably one of the best things you could do is to continue giving, because everything reciprocates, right? If I'm constantly trying to hoard and trying to make everything mine, then it doesn't really work out that way. It makes it actually build resistance doing that. So the more people you're able to serve, the more people you're able to bring value to, then the more value you receive in exchange for that. That's a little bit of that, a little bit of that stuff.
When is that? Episode 2.5?
Nah, actually, episode 2, we're gonna be talking about you.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, that's right. I get to talk about me and how the heck did I get here and ended up doing a podcast and drinking beer. Perfect.
Yeah. So that's episode 2. Expect a lot more beer, a lot more Julian talking. And as he shares kind of like how we got together to make this happen, and like his overall purpose and drive is slightly different from mine. So that's the next episode. So that if you love what Julian is saying, you can see he's like, I'm constantly like rambling, blah, 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 like 45 words a second. Julian is very poised, calm. Comes out with these bars like bubbles and bar fights. I'm gonna keep going back to that.
Hey man, that's what we should call it: bubbles and bar fights.
Change the podcast name: Bubbles and Bar Fights. That's what it's about.
You never know. No, awesome guys. If you watch this, we really appreciate it. We are, honestly, I'm just grateful that I'm able to do this, and I think I speak for LaPrentice here when I say that also. Like we're really glad you're here, and we're really looking forward to be able to help everybody, and just two dudes and maybe a few more just hanging out and making a fool out of ourselves. So catch you guys later.
Yep. Thanks for watching. See you next one.